We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the New York Giants. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. They start the drive with Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Looking to throw, Dart. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 19, 18, 18, right here. Buffalo 18.
To throw is Dart. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. The Giants at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. You can look at this Bronco defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. To the air once more is Dart. Going to throw deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now a 2nd and 10.
70 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
To throw now, Dart. Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hmfl. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Second and 10. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Well, this defense for the Giants very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one, that's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL.
Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And this will get them all the way inside the Giants' 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Slot man moves right. Second and 13. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Abdul Carter. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So from outside the red zone now after the sack, a long 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chauncey Golston. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their second drive here at the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there out of the running game. 48 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. James Cook, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Broncos 3. Jake Moody to kick off.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Abdul Carter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here's 3rd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Getting the ball is Cook, running left. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 97 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And complete right side to Cook. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 18. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Cook up the gut. And they work this near the 5. Will be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They get this out left. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. James Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll swing this out to Harvey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion left goes Gonzalez. They go play action here on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
3rd and 8. Now this time he'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And his kick is right there. It's good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Play fake, and here's Dart. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hmfl. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Broncos first down.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they're down to the 29-yard line. On the give, it's Harvey. Down at the 25.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. That's going to be caught by Gonzalez for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are back within a couple of the lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's a toss coming right. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To the air, Dart. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
19 Lions.
Here's Dart. Again, it's Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Malik Neighbors, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes this a 9-point game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now 2nd and 9. Once more with Harvey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Jarrett Stingley picks it. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell. I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. to throw. Quickly into the hands of Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
It's a gain of 10. And a Broncos first down.
Let's go now. 70 Lion. 18 up. 18 up.
Looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. He's to the 15. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. If there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Broncos 12. Jake Moody to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing him here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Warriors 17.
Back to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Broncos first down.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
That's caught at the 2.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep him in check on that first down carry.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
3rd and 4.
Let's go.
Dart. Able to find the open man. That's complete. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And the Giants first down.
Let's go now.
First and 10 at the 24-yard
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 137 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's second and inches.
Now the former Sun Devil, it's Cam Scatterbury. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time he is in. Cam Scatterbury taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
The Giants will line up.
They'll try and throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
The score, Giants 42, Broncos 18.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though,
and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. He may go, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Micah Parsons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Gonzalez. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go.
He finds his man complete. It's Gonzalez. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He finds his man complete. It's Gonzalez. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinals, go.
Back to throw again. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24.
49. Broncos 25.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Another toe for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Charles, a lot of happy faces.